In our presentation, we'll talk about people's liberation movement in the young Jews under the leadership of the Batar Datov, protest movement of Jolaman Batar, the uprising of Kazakhs led by Sultan Kenesara Kasimov, national liberation uprising of 1916, participation of Kazakhs in the uprising of Pugachev.
The uprising of Sarımdatov is the first resistance of the Kazakhs to the colonial policy of the Russian Empire. The uprising took place in 1783 to 1797, and its leader was Sarımdatov. The uprising had great historical significance. First of all, influenced the political consciousness of the Kazakh people. Second, the population realized that it is possible to gain independence only as a result of an organized armed uprising. And the third one, the duplicity of the Sultan's policy was openly shown. In 1822, Batыр and B of the Taban clan, Jolaman Tlenchula, declared war on Russia and led the struggle of the Kazakh for the return of lands by Ilek. Jolaman Batır managed to gather about 3,000 rebels under his banner. The movement of Jolaman Tlenchula had a pronounced anti-colonial character due to the locality and small number of participants. This movement was doomed to failure. At the same time, it played a significant role in the brewing of the largest uprising under the leadership of Kenesara Kasimova.
Reasons: land dispute, dissatisfaction with the policy of Han Zhengir, high taxes, outrage of Cossack troops. Result: the victory of the Tsarist troops is the opponents of the commanders. Their consequences: the first one, there was a limit to the annual increase in taxes in favor of the Han and his relatives. The second one, the Tsarist government began to reckon with the elders of the Kazakh villages. And the last one, the social base of the Han's power was weakened. The Tsarist government was inclined to eliminate the Han's power in the inner horde. The uprising of the Kazakhs led by Sultan Kenesari Kasimov. The reasons for the uprising. The first one, the abolition of the Han's power in the younger and middle Jews on the basis of the reforms of 1822-1824, changes in the administrative management of the region which caused discontent of some sultans bis Batars. And the last one, colonial actions of the Tsarist government. Consequences. The first one, the uprising of 1837-1847, which covered all three Jews, was the largest uprising against colonial oppression. And the last one, the uprising revealed the dependence of internal contradictions in the Kazakh society on the policy of the Russian Empire, on the degree of consolidation of the Kazakh society itself.
National Liberation Uprising of 1916. The main reason of the uprising were socio-economic and political factors like threatening of colonial oppression, access of land, and exploitation of workers, and also the policy of Russification carried out by Tsarism in relation to the Kazakh and other indigenous peoples of the region. The main goal of the uprising of 1916 was the national and political liberation of the Kazakh people for freedom and independence. If to talk about the consequences, the uprising of 1916 was brutally suppressed in all regions of Kazakhstan. Dozens of Kazakh villages were destroyed by the punishers. Civilians were brutally persecuted.
Kazakhs of the younger and middle Jews took part in the peasant war under the leadership of Filomen Pugachev. The uprising covered the west region of Yaik and Volga. The goal was to return the lands on the right bank of the Yaik, and the Kazakh insurgents were armed with guns, sabers, spears, bows with arrows and clubs. In November 1773, a confidant of Nurallah Khan Mulla Zabir visited Pugachev's headquarters, and 2,000 Sarbas participated in the siege of Orenburg. In conclusion, we can say the national liberation struggle of the Kazakh against colonialism had a long and complex history, marked by various uprisings and movements led by different Patars, beys, and sultans. These uprisings were a response to oppressive policies of the Russian Empire, which sought to exploit and subjugate the Kazakh people. While some of these uprisings were unsuccessful, they nonetheless played a significant role in shaping political consciousness of the Kazakh people and laying groundwork for future struggles for independence. The legacy of these movements continues to inspire and inform contemporary Kazakh nationalism and ongoing quest for sovereignty and self-determination.